Hey guys, welcome to AndroGuider. In this video, we are gonna review the Restruction Remix 5.6.6. So this update was released on the 1st of April, and this update brings in a ton of changes from 5.6.5. So I'm gonna go through all the changes in great detail. I'm gonna try my best to make this video short, but don't blame me if I get it long. Okay, so as you can see that this is the Restruction Remix 5.6.6, and this is Android Marshmallow 6.0.1, and I will just straight away get into the configurations menu. So as I drag the quick settings panel down, you can see the main change that we have got in this update is that the CM drag panel has been replaced by the AOSP panel. uh, the major changes that I got to read about from the Google Plus community of the Restruction Remix was that because of the CM drag panel, the Restruction Remix was the ROM was getting a pretty much of lag, and because of the AOSP panel, the the amount of partition that it occupies in the Dalvik cache is pretty less than the uh, CM drag panel, and so that's the reason that they gave for this change. And as I said, I'll just get into great detail of each and every setting. So in the status bar options, they are it is pretty much same as in 5.6.5. You have got those various clock customizations. You can choose them at right, left, center, hidden, and then you can show that AM, PM, date if you want to show it small. Date that you can show. I prefer to hide it. You can check that date style, lowercase, uppercase, the position of the date, left of time, right of time. Okay, so the date format, enable slash disable the clock color. I've got it colored at red. You can put it to whatever you want. So I don't prefer to change the font, but if you want, you can just bold it out. And then we have got the font size, or if you want to show those seconds in clock or not. Next menu, we have got the battery customization, the battery status style. You can change how the battery icon looks like. I prefer it to have at circled. Then you can show the battery percentage, and you also have got the battery bar. You can even customize the color of the battery bar. Let me put it up to red. Oh, sorry, red. And there you see, you can change the location of the battery bar, top of navigation bar, bottom of navigation bar, status bar. You can choose the thickness of the battery bar. I've set it at 2 dp. You can have the charging animation. You can also, in the battery bar style, you can prefer it to have center mirrored or the regular one. The regular one will look somewhat like this, and the center mirror one, so the center one is pretty symmetric, so I prefer that. And next you have the status bar icons, in which you can prefer to hide or show any status bar icons. I prefer to have all of them. So okay, in the carrier label option, you can customize the if you want to show the carrier label on the lock screen, disable it on the lock screen, only on the status bar, or enable in both. I prefer to have in both. And then you have that network traffic option. You can even customize the style of the color of this option. Suppose let me put it up to green. So let's say you can have it at green. Auto hide, you can hide the network traffic when there is no incoming or outgoing network. And then in the next one, we have the Restruction logo. If you prefer, you can show the Restruction logo in the left. So in this update also brings changes to the Restruction logo. Also in the previous update of 5.6.5, we had a different logo. So if you wanted, you can have it. I'll have it for this video. Okay, so looks pretty good. And then the custom logos option. So this is what I like the most. This is an option that is present in a few ROMs, like the Restruction Remix. I also remember that it was present in the AOS IP ROM, and there are just a few ROMs out there which have this option. So you can choose many options from this, the Restruction light logo, or maybe the Windows logo. There are pretty much many features which you can, if you want, but I'll prefer to hide it. But this option is present in rarely in many room is not present in many rooms. As I mentioned, there are only two which I remember. It might be present in some other rooms, but maybe. Okay, so further, when you get in, you have that headset icon. You can just disable or enable it. Then you have got the status bar, weather, temperature. You can show it if you want. Yeah, you can show it on the right or on the left or wherever you want it to be. Okay, so show with scale, and maybe show on the left or show on the right. You can have it wherever you want. And then I will just get back, and you can have that brightness control, notification count, double tap to sleep, super user indicator, show 4G instead of LD. That's that pretty much stuff that I believe you'd all be aware of. Then you have got the breathing, missed call, breathing voicemail, and breathing SMS notifications. So a lot of customization in the status bar menu. Now let's get into the notification drawer. So you can have the custom headers all option in here, the custom time contextual headers. Okay, so in this time contextual header options, you pretty much get many options of customization. So in most of the ROMs we have only got two options that are of default and poly headers, but in this ROM you get nature and random nature wallpapers. So I like this ROM, Resection Remix. This, it is one of those great ROMs because it brings in a great deal of customizations. And as you can see, the header image pack consists of 4 options, and they give you a lot of choices. And I'll just drag down and you can see that panel. Okay, so further, if I will get into header items, you can show the task manager if you want. Then you have the show notification panel clock, show notification panel date. I have everything enabled. Show weather, it's pretty much obvious. And then you have the notification header fonts. If you want to customize the fonts of the clock, weather, the date, the alarm font, you can go ahead and do that. And then we have the notification header colors also. If you are not using the okay, so if you want to customize the clock color, say let's put it to orange, and there you see, you can just clearly place it, but I like it at white, so I'm not gonna change with this much. But as you can see that there are some great deal of customization. And then in the notifications option, you can force expand all the notifications, disable immersive mode messages, and then you can also customize the colors of the notifications. So pretty much everything. I don't use it much, so if you want to use it, you can just go into this option and customize it to a great extent. Okay, so in the next option we have got the quick settings panel. So as I already mentioned that the CM tag panel was replaced by the AOSP panel, and this is the major change in this update from 5.6.5. and okay, so the quick pull down option, I prefer it to have at the right. So when I would just swipe down from the right, I would just straight away get to the quick toggles instead of the notifications. And if I swipe from this end, I will just get to the notifications. And you can have the smart pull down. If you don't have any dismissible or persistent notifications, you can straight away get to the quick settings menu. And then you have number of quick settings tiles per row, 3, 4, 5. You might have come across this option in many AOSP based ROMs, but this is the first time that we are getting this AOSP panel in the Resection Remix, which is originally based on Cyanogen mod. And then you have many quick setting tiles. Basically basically when you will go through all the ASP ROMs, they will have only some amount of quick setting tiles. But with this update, basically the only thing that has changed is that the AOSP panel has replaced the CM drag panel, but all the tiles that were present in the 5.6.5 update are already there. You can have invert colors, location. You can see that all the panels, all the in the kernel auditor, the screen record, gesture anywhere, battery saver, power menu, you have got all those quick setting tiles. And I prefer to use all of them. Personally, I don't like the ASP panel, but as I'm a Resection Remix lover, but I still like the ROM, and it brings a great deal in customization. And apart from that, I will just go down, and then you can have the quick setting vibrations. You can enable when the on what touch or how you touch there should be a vibration. So you can vibrate on touch, single press, settings icon, header icons, long press, and then you can also customize the quick settings, colors. So this is another great thing. If you are a theme lovers, so maybe if you are bored of the traditional of the stock theme that comes in with the ROM, you can just customize it. Okay, so let us go ahead and do it. Suppose we can have a sort of, say, blue background, let's say. Okay, uh, maybe. So this is system UI FC. We don't have many system UI FCs, but okay, maybe. So let's say if we have a blue background, and over that the icons can look of maybe of this color, say. Okay, so let's have a look. See, so you can just change, you can customize all the stuff. And if you want the quick settings panels background, okay, let me put this dark blue. Now have a look. So as you can see that there's a great deal of customization. I'll just put it back to default. There's a great deal of customization. This ROM brings in, that this quick setting colors customization is available in just, I think, 2 ROMs as of now, and that are AICP and Resurrection Remix. So basically this ROM brings in a great deal of customization, and that's why I rate it personally. This is the best ROM for me. And then you have got those brightness sliders and the brightness icon. Okay, in the navigation bar we have got the smart bar and pulse and the fling settings. So you can choose the navigation mode, smart bar or the fling gesture interface. I personally prefer to have the smart bar, and that's why I'm using it. So these are the customizations that they have brought in from the Dirty Unicorns ROM. And then you can customize pulse as per you want. I will also show you that pulse works. Okay, so let me just get into the Apollo music player, and then we can choose any one song, say anyone. So this is all across the. So maybe the link because of. Okay, so maybe screencast is working. So I'll avoid, but yeah, I have to say that pulse works. And then if you will get, you can customize the navigation bar size also, and port and landscape. And then you will get into the button options. If you have a phone that has hardware keys, this is a great. This brings in a great deal of customization. But yeah, my Android One device only has navigation bar keys, so I use only that. So in the power menu you have got many customizations. Again, one of the few rooms which has the on the go mode. Again, screenshot, power off, reboot menu, torch, sound panel, screen record. You have got everything. So this is how the power menu looks like. You can customize it as you want. And then you have the end call option. If you press the lock power button, it will cut the call, and you can press the power button twice to launch the camera, wake up device. You can just go through all these options if you want. And then you also have the volume steps option. Pretty much something that I really like about this ROM is that volume steps. I prefer to have 30 for the media, 15 for alarm, 15 for notifications, 15 for the ringer, maybe 15 for the, and 7 for the voice call. And the volume steps is also an expose module there if you want to have it. Okay, so in the next one we have got the recents menu. Okay, so you can show the memory bar if you want. Then We have got also the slim recents and the omni switch. You can customize again them as per your own need. I prefer the stock one, and that's why I'm gonna go ahead with it. And you can then also customize the clear all button, its location, and even the styles of the clear all buttons. You can custom clear all button. You can customize the size, the background of the button, the background of the memory bar. So there's some all a great deal of customization. Just have a look at this. uh, hmm, okay, so I had enabled the double tap to launch a Vino. So there you can see I have 281 MB free RAM available as of now, and this the green color as it was present in the memory bar option, as you can see here. And then I'll just go into the next option. We have got recents, and then in the lock screen menu you have some great deal of more customizations. You can have power menu on the lock screen. You can have the lock screen notification count. I prefer to disable them. And then in the lock screen media you can disable the media art or enable it. Music visualizers, that's great things, and directly from the Cyanogen mod. And then you have the lock screen UI. You can enable the lock screen blur, but just remember that lock screen blur will eat up on some battery. You can also customize many lock screen colors. I will just show you my lock screen. This again, it brings in great deal of customization. So this how my lock screen looks like. I'll just show it to you. So as you can see, that I've got some all the colors have been customized, and then I've got the media art enabled, and then you can show or hide the clock, date, and alarm. And then you also have those lock screen shortcuts, left and right. I prefer to use the Google Now and the camera quick shortcuts. These will appear directly below the clock. And then you can, if you directly prefer to launch some apps over the lock screen, then you can also customize that. And of course you also have the fonts customization. And I'll just get into the lock screen gestures, and it includes double tap to sleep lock screen and the lock screen torch. And the lock screen torch is a pretty useful feature. And then in the weather options you can show weather, show location, hide weather panel, and hide weather panel when there are this number of notifications. You can also do that. We have got a maximum option of 6. And then in the animations option you have all those system animations. You can customize it if you want. And then we have the toast animation, toast icon, list view. If you want to change the list view animation, I prefer the default one. You can change it if you want. The power animation, how will the power menu slide in. Okay, so you can customize it if you want. And then in the gesture option we have got gesture anywhere, and this ROM also brings it that 3-finger slide down 3 fingers across the screen, and you can take a screenshot. Then the gesture anywhere, it works perfectly. And just show you that. Maybe I'll just launch the MI Explorer app. Yeah, there you can see it is working perfectly. And then app circle bar, if you want it, you can even have a apps. They will, you can just as I launch the gesture anywhere option, you can have many apps which you want quick access to, and then you can just slide in your finger and go through all of them. If you want, I can just show it to you in a few times. Okay, so you can go across this yourself. And then in the miscellaneous options you have the system app remover, the wake clock blocker, disable FC notifications, ad blocker. This is ad away. I've enabled it. And in the advanced options you can disable or enable the camera shutter sound, screenshot sounds, safe headset volume notifications, less frequent notification sounds. I've just disabled the camera shutter sound. And then you have the weather, which will just bring in the weather customizations from the clock widget. You can restart the system UI, which is also there as an option in the reboot menu. there you can see you can just restart the system UI and launch music app when a headset is connected, the multi-window mode, and then Linux. You can also change the AC Linux mode, either to the enforce or the permissive. And then you have got the resection remix OTA. If you want, you can just enable it, check for updates, so you will be also getting the OTAs up. And apart from that, everything is same. Not much has changed. I'll just quickly go through this. You can have that. You have the Wi-Fi option, Bluetooth, SIM cards. These are all of them are same. In sounds, nothing much has changed. You also have that you can vibrate on touch, increasing max volume, other sounds, dial pad, screen lock, touch sounds, charging sounds. You can enable them or disable them. And then if I will just get back to, you have display and lights, and then you can brightness, wake on plug, ambient display. Everything is working. You can also customize the DPI. I have set it to 200. My default DPI is 240. So you can also change the LCD density under the display and lights option. You also have daydream, and I'll just get back, and then you also have the battery option, security, system profiles. And the some things that have changed are that you get the weather option under the system menu now. Okay, so in this option you will have to install some third-party apps from the Play Store, and then if you want, you can just directly get the weather in from those apps. Accessibility, and then under privacy you have got those privacy guard, blocked, caller list, protected apps, manage apps which are hidden behind a secure lock. Suppose if you want to if you don't want someone to peep into your phone, then you can set up a pattern lock. And the rest is pretty much basic, and everything is working. And basically, and also the battery backup is great. I've been testing this ROM for a while now, and pretty much a good battery backup, I would say. So I tested this ROM yesterday, and I managed to get about a 5.5 hour SOT, I remember. And then you also have that you also get the kernel editor app, through which you can customize the kernel settings. And yeah, that's pretty much it that we have got in this video. Thanks for watching, and personally I would recommend you to go ahead and flash this ROM, because this is certainly one of those ROMs which has great deal of customizations. You won't find all those customizations in any other app, in any other ROM. If you want, you can go ahead for AICP also, but Restruction Remix has got great deal of customization, and then you have less frequent updates in the Restruction Remix ROM. And if you love the Restruction Remix ROM and would like to get in touch, just join in with the Google Plus community of the Restruction Remix, and there you can also put up your review or whatever you think about the ROM, request for more features. Okay, so that's all what we have got in this video for all you guys. Thanks for watching. Tada.